Pahlavi texts, translated by E.W. West, Part 2, the Dadistani Dinik and the Epistles of Manaskihar, Clarendon, Oxford University Press, 1882, Chapter 49. As to the 48th question and reply, that which you ask is thus: as to them who shall buy grain and keep it in store until it shall become dear, and shall then sell it at a high price, pavan, girahnoi, what is the nature of the decision? The reply is this, that when there is nothing therein on account of which I should so deem it otherwise than due to the eating of the requisite amount of a yasin of food for oneself, that which is his controlling impulse, sardahari, and not the teaching of the worthy and good, is the internal instruction which a time of scarcity has taught by means of the occurrences during that time. But clamorous worldly profit is want of diligence. Aka pa raka ni, for they would buy to make people distressed, and in order that they may sell again dearer. Moreover, the store one keeps, and keeps as closed even unto the good as unto the bad. And though it be necessary for a man of the good and worthy, and they beg for some of the food, they shall not sell at the price it is worth at that time, on account of its becoming dearer. One keeps in store unauthorizedly and grievously sinfully, and every calamity of those good people they shall suffer who would not sell it at the price they beg, on account of that non-obtainment of grain, or that unlawfully heinous sin, and because of a dearness of price, it is not proper to give it for that non-distribution afsa noi unto him himself, or those under his control, or the poor to whom it would be given by him, and the distribution resh isno which occurs is then retaliative upon him. And if the grain be spoiled through keeping too long a time in store, he is suffering assault from the hungry man, Gursno, who is injured even by that damaging Bodyozedi of the grain, if through that unlawful want of preservation Adarasnoi noxious creatures are associated with the grain, he is overwhelmed also by that heinous sin, and through the profit of improper diligence he is unworthy. But if it be necessary for their own people who are under their control on account of the fear of a time of scarcity, they should buy at their own suitable time and should afford protection. Or because of the teachings of the good and worthy, they should buy grain at a cheap price from a place where the grain is more than the requirements of the eaters, and they should bring it unto there where grain is scarce, provided va hato, the good and those requiring grain are sufficient, vasam, so that, while their information of a scarcity of grain is even from him himself, to whom the price would become profit, or is the persistence of these same teachings of the good, so that it may become more abundant unto them than unto the bad, even in the time of scarcity, when it is very much raised in price. They should buy grain at a cheap price during an excess of grain, so that one may keep it until the time of a period of scarcity, when there occurs a necessity for it among the good. He sells it at such a price as one buys it at that time. That is the market price. Argi shetroik. By that means, in a season of scarcity, much more is obtained in price, and it becomes more plentiful among the good. Then, a more invigorating parik uin agatar, praise of him is commendable. And yet, as regards that which is suitable profit, and also apart from the eating of grain, from anything edible for the maintenance of life, from medicine and remedies, for the helpfulness of life, and from whatever is for the preservation of life, it is allowable that they should buy and sell deer. And Islam teaches that people should not obtain monopolies for the purpose of raising the price. And we should generally have enough around to provide for our families' futures to some extent and all that. Now, if the prices go up, can you make a profit? But you shouldn't hold back thinking, oh, things are going to go up in price and I'm going to hold things back. And here, there's a needy person. They have a right to a portion of your store, you could say. Or the needy in general, not just anybody shows up to your door and you got stuff and I have lack. It's like, well, they don't have a right to take from you, for example. And here we have that indication too that they don't have a right to take.